one says Normal People is Sally Rooney's best book. And I completely disagree. My Rooney ranking is flipped, and I know BookTube is going to have feelings. Now, before you roast me, I love Rooney, but my favorite is not the one everyone else obsesses over. So today, I'm breaking down my personal ranking from least to most favorite. We're going to talk about why Rooney divides readers like no one else, and what makes her style so addictive but also alienating. So let's start with chaos. Normal People is my number 4. I know, this is the one that won all the awards, got the gorgeous TV adaptation, and it made Rooney a literary superstar. And I respect it. The craft in this book is wild, because the way she tracks Connell and Marianne's shifting power dynamics, the razor-sharp dialogue, the restraint, this is her most technically precise book. On a line-by-line level, it's brilliant. But honestly, I admired it more than I felt it, because the cycle of getting together, breaking up, repeating, and all the things, it started to feel schematic. And look, I love messy relationships, all right? I'm a reality TV connoisseur. But what really ruined it for me is that I felt like I was watching intimacy under a glass and not really kind of feeling it or, living it, but not literally. But anyway, the Trinity College sections are brilliant at capturing the social mobility, but emotionally, it just didn't connect for me. So if Normal People is your favorite, tell me what I'm missing in the comments, I want to hear your hot take. Now, my number 3 is Conversations with Friends. This is debut energy in the best and worst ways, because it's messy, it's alive, sometimes brilliant, sometimes uneven. And Frances is such a compelling narrator. A bit aloof, self-loathing, sharp, and so complicated. I love the prickly intimacy with Bobby and how their friendship is just as tangled as Frances's affair with Nick. There is so much here. The way Rooney captures creative, intellectual 20-somethings, the class tensions, the emotional withholding, again, brilliant. But some stretches felt emotionally distant for me. And the plot also leans more on theme than heat. However, you can still see all the DNA of Rooney's later works here. So if you love messy, complicated women, this is a must read. My number 2 is her latest as of the time of recording. It's Intermezzo, because in this one, Rooney gets bold. Their two brothers, grief, chess, law, and a tangled web of relationships. I think it's vivid and very magnetic, and the mix of chess and family drama really shows Rooney pushing her style into new territory. She also experiments with form as well, because Peter's sections, they're clipped, they're very impressionistic, which sometimes blur his character. But I love the ambition, the fact that she really attempted something new. But can we talk about the emotional chaos? It is so real. And the way she explores sibling dynamics, it really feels like a natural evolution for her. Now, here's the thing, it's not perfect, but it's a clear leap forward. And I really flew through these pages. So yeah, this is my number 2. And I'm sure you can tell by now, my number 1 is Beautiful World, Where Are You? All right? Fight me in the comments over this one. Because Beautiful World, Where Are You? This is my comfort Rooney. I vibe with the emails, the meta-anxieties, the friendships turned lifelines. Eileen and Simon's story is her warmest slow burn. And Alice's self-aware philosophical spiral, so relatable. It's introspective, it's patient, and somehow feels like a really deep exhale after all the emotional withholding of her previous books. Now here's the thing, can Felix feel more like a device than a real person? And some of the meta-essays sometimes circle themselves? Yes. But I keep coming back to this one. It's the Rooney I want to reread on rainy days with a giant mug of tea. So let me know in the comments, what is your comfort Rooney, even if no one else gets it? But before you roast me, let's flip the script, because my craft ranking is totally different. Now, my literary craft ranking is on a literary sentence line-by-line level. That is her best. Normal People is her most accomplished on a sentence level, even though I personally did not vibe with it. Number 2 on a crafts level is Beautiful World, Where Are You? This is formally assured, again, intellectually chewy, character deep. Yes, it indulges itself, but when it works, it soars. Number 3 on a craft level is Intermezzo. Here you see form experiments happening. She's pushing her voice forward. They're the impressionistic beats. Yes, there's a fractured cadence, but it's smart and it's staring, even though the stylistic elements might model some things on page. And of course, number 4 on a literary craft level is conversations with friends. You do see the DNA of everything that comes later on. This is a baby. It's stretching its legs. It's a compelling debut, even though it's a tad uneven. Now, we do have to talk about why Sally Rooney divides readers, because the truth is, I think she really splits readers hard. And the reason I think this happens is because of emotional withholding, because her characters never say what they mean. Conversations cut off just before you get some catharsis, which makes you crave a resolution that never comes. Another element is that classism is seen through detail. So you pick up on this through who buys the drinks, what someone's apartment, what their flat looks like, who vacations where. So money and status are everywhere, but it's never really spelled out. And I also feel that intimacy is more of a performance in her work, because even in bed, I feel her characters are performing versions of themselves for each other, and it's all about what's unsaid. And I think sometimes these moves make some readers feel hyper seen and others like they're knocking on the glass, like trying to get in. So I think the tension really is her signature. But before we wrap things, can we talk about the Normal People adaptation? Because I tried, I bounced, and I kept asking myself, is it me or is it the show? Or is it my timing? Because I think it's beautifully made, you know, the performances, the mood, the production, but I really struggled to stay in it. So should I give it another shot? Was it me? Was I just in the wrong headspace? So if you're an adaptation fan, convince me. What hooked you? Is there a particular episode? Do I need to hold out for a certain point? Again, let me know in the comments because I'm starting to think maybe it's me. But anywho, there you have it, my Sally Rooney rankings. So my personal favorite, my heart favorite, is Beautiful World, Where Are You? It's my comfort pick. However, on a craft level, Normal People is her best work. Everything else sits in between right now. And even with 4 books out, Rooney is consistent, she's polarizing, and she really isn't afraid to frustrate readers. So let me know your Rooney rankings in the comments below. Let me know your why. What book worked for you? What's your favorite? What book missed? And if there's anything about her technique that you've noticed that really makes a difference, let's talk about that as well. Now, if you haven't already, now's a great time to like the video, share the video, tell a friend about the channel, but also subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're the first to know what's new when I go live and when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.